welcome back to Reloading Journey. Today I just want to do a little video on just maintenance on the X-10. Randall Braggs over at Bragging Rights does a great video on his channel on cleaning it and where to put grease, what to keep grease and lubed up real well. Great video. I definitely recommend watching it. This is more of just little maintenance issues that might pop up here and there, just things to keep an eye on. I've got about 7,000 rounds through it. Wasn't having any issues with it that stood out. But somebody brought up, we've got a great, they've got a great YouTube or Facebook group, official Frankford Arsenal X-10 owners and reloading discussions. Definitely recommend you check it out if you have an X-10 or if you're looking to get an X-10. It's a great place for information. Somebody had brought up, they were just noticing a little wiggle in a piece, and it was just a matter of tightening up a bolt. But it made me look at mine, and mine was a little bit loose. A lot of this stuff will turn up over time. You know, you're pulling that lever time after time after time. You're not gonna, you know, unless something just catastrophically goes wrong, you're not going to notice the difference between one pull or the other. But if you could feel that pull on round one and then feel that same pull back to back on round 7,000, might be some difference there that took 7,000, 7,000 pulls of that to get to that, to where it feels that way. And it happens so slowly over time. Each pull is a new norm. When you're pulling it for 6,890, 6,000, it just feels like the normal because it happens so incrementally over that time, if I made any sense with that at all. But this is just some stuff to keep an eye out for, stuff to check when you do your cleaning on it, stuff to check at that time. Little things might turn up. It's not like in my truck, something starts making a weird sound. I just turn the radio up a little bit more. Fixed. Problem solved. Don't hear it anymore. Isn't there? Just stuff to keep an eye on. So I'm going to bring the camera over here and just kind of show you some of the stuff I found, some of the stuff they mentioned on there, and we'll go from there. So for starters, just common sense stuff. Just remove your trays here. Now, one little tip. They went kind of screw happy on these covers. I just left them all out with 2 screws here. It's more than enough to hold it in place. It's not going anywhere. Plus, if you put them all in, you have to remove a lot of this stuff to get to these back ones, and there's no reason to do that. So I just put 2 in over here. Those 2 come out real easy. And boom. Now, depending on where you run your wire, my wire makes it a little tight here, so it kind of binds this up a little bit, getting it out, but no big issue. Now, once you're in here, and that's not the greatest camera angle, so let me move it again. All right, this is a little better view. One of the ones I had come loose on me, and it's probably my fault because I changed out this arm, was this one here. Had come loose on me at one point. And I just noticed that one kind of happened kind of quick, and it was pretty noticeable when it happened. I took it apart, saw that, tightened that down. The one that took more time and wasn't real noticeable until I tightened it back up and ran it with it tight was this one here. I was getting a little bit of a click at the bottom of my stroke there, just a weird kind of click that. Again, it happened over time. It sounded kind of normal until I fixed it, and then I was like, hey, that's completely gone now. So just little things to watch out for that can work themselves loose over time. Just as you do your maintenance, as you're cleaning it, just every, maybe a few thousand rounds, take it off, just check all your bolts. Everything else has stayed tight on this side. I've checked it now, I know, and now on to the other side. Okay, here we are on the other side of the machine. Now, one thing I was having an issue with is this handle coming loose. And it was my fault. When I first got the machine, I didn't clean the packing grease off real well. And even though I would Loctite it, it was grease, wouldn't hold. And then I'd get pissed off. I tried to Loctite it while I was still running. It just, so I finally one day just broke down, took it off, and took brake cleaner, and just made sure, because the threads are in the arm here. Just sprayed in there, made sure I cleaned it real well, put Loctite on there, and put a couple thousand rounds, never had it come loose again. So now, one of the issues that came up with, and again here on this side, I just put 2 screws in for each of these. It holds fine, doesn't go anywhere. Somebody had noticed, it seemed like, especially with the arm on, this was a little bit loose. Now there is a bolt, a hex head in here. You can go in there, tighten that in, tighten that up. All of that's good and steady. Just stuff to, not that it's gonna come loose on you on every machine, it's just a possibility. Mine was a little bit loose. And I may not have caught it had somebody not brought it up. So that's why I do these, kind of bring it to your attention, something to check. And you know, you should be doing maintenance on the machine every few thousand rounds anyways, so it's not hard to pull your handle off. You don't even have to take off the cover. Pull the handle off, stick your tool in there, snug, good, go, boom. That's it. I'm gonna go ahead and close this back up, and we'll just do a closing video, and then that's it. All right, so in closing, that's just some little things to keep an eye on. I didn't even know the one underneath the handle was there until it was brought up on the Facebook group. Again, check out the Facebook group, official Frankford Arsenal X-10 owners, and reloading discussions. It's a great group, a lot of great information, and that's how I found out about that one underneath the handle. You know, I wouldn't have checked that, and you know, but anyways, I hope this kind of helps you. Just with anything, you're better off if you come up with a maintenance schedule. You know, every, I don't care, 1,000 round, 2,000, 5,000. Just set up something that, you know, you just go in, you're going to clean it, you check those few things. It doesn't necessarily mean on every machine they're going to come loose. Some they might, some they might not. Some might have other issues. You know, with any mechanical thing, it's going to have things that are going to work, you know, that you're going to have to work around, so, or work through. So I hope this helps somebody, and that'll end this one. So we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.